welcome back. It's your girl Briera, and I'm so happy to be here with you today. I would like to do a quick angel guide oracle reading for the Capricorns. This will be an angel guide oracle reading that helps to focus on your strength, heart, and guidance at this time. I would like to call on the Holy Spirit and my spirit team to please come to my side to help me deliver divine messages that is of the highest white light. Remember, these messages are general, so please take what resonates and leave what doesn't, all right? So let's just jump right into your angel guide oracle reading, Capricorn, and let's see what your strength is at this time and what's in your favor in the current situation. Okay. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you, Spirit Team. This is for Capricorns. Capricorn strength. Orion activation, really, that is the strength at this time, Capricorn. And I feel like that is beautiful, Capricorn. Okay, honestly, because I feel like it's all about soul searching. It's all about you knowing that it's always been within you to truly see the universal love for what it is and see the conscious manifestations that you are bringing to life or allowing for yourself to be recreated and be rebirthed by the light or renewed by the light is what is truly in alignment with who you are. Okay, I feel like even though that is something that you realize about your own situation, you have to understand that things around you will change. So don't be afraid to have that internal peaceful release before you release to the world, because it is important to not be selfish or wrapped up in your own desires, especially when you're in this energy of gaining momentum in the right ways. Because before something can truly move forward, things that have been weighing you down or that has been, making you feel like, you have to give to more, you have to give more of yourself or more to a situation than what is being reciprocated back to you, then you have to see that before things can actually move forward, things like that have to be put to rest. Things like that have to fall to the wayside, because that's not your true heart's desire. That's not your true fulfillment. That's not what's really what really does it for you. So it's all about you continuing to do the soul searching, but knowing that, this is your time to shine. This is your time to walk through the door. This is your time to see the door open, to take advantage of the opportunity and not be in any energy of vengefulness or bitterness, but finding a new way to handle the egocentric energy that may be present in the situation, because I get it, not everyone shares your perspective, but at the end of the day, if your perspective isn't helping to reach new heights and new levels, or it hasn't been helping to reach new heights or new levels, then it's time to allow those with the new creative spark, with the fresh feeling when you are around them, and that it's very tender and caring to be in positions that they need to be in. It's not even about like taking back your power, or claiming the throne or claiming your rightful power. No, it's about you being who you are. If you have elevated, if you have done the work, if you have made the sacrifices, if you have reached new heights, regardless of your age, regardless of your background, regardless of how the face of whatever looks, if you have done the work, you deserve to be where you are. And that's what it is. And we will be on a whole nother level. And if exactly, because let's make sure that that's perfectly clear, because this is a team, right? Because it's not just you. So if you have been doing everything you are supposed to be doing, then that is what it's going to be. If you haven't, then that's what it's going to be, because we are all going to be judged as a team. But at the end of the day, what have you been doing? Have you been doing the work to be in your position? And if you haven't, are you in this energy of greed and trying to hold on to a position where you know that it's not to your perspective, isn't to truly benefit the whole, or isn't benefiting the whole, when there is other perspectives that is more beneficial because of the most obvious? And if you know so you have to continue to allow for yourself to see the adjustments that are required, because it's like something is way beyond what it used to be. So someone can't even communicate in the same way. So it's either you're ready or you're not. It's either this is what it is or it's not, because someone does not actually have the time to put into something and they're not getting out anything, regardless of how you see it put it. Because at the end of the day, that's just like anything, any passion, any talent, anything. If you are doing everything that you are supposed to be doing, you want people to recognize that. That's even like doing your lawn, when people are walking past your house and you have a beautiful lawn and you have trees and you have a garden and you have things beautiful, people stop and notice. Or you should, because those are the things in the present moment that I'm not saying like but just admire the fact that people do take the time to do those things. And what can you get out of that? Does that spark some type of creativity by you just walking down the street and seeing someone take their time to put in the work to make something beautiful, regardless of it having to benefit you or not, So that's why it's like, continue to be strong and continue to have faith, and allow for the universal love to help you gain momentum in the right way. Okay. But in that energy of being rebirthed by the light, it's just truly knowing that the Gaia love, the Mother Earth, that the love and the nurturing that pulses through Mother Earth, that reaches up and around us, is what keeps us how we are, you know on the grand scheme of things. So if internally, if that is what's pulsing us to stay like that, right, and be able to live here, because and to be able to live here, so if we are here and there's a lot of energies that is low and that's depressed and that's sad, that's doing things that's kind of like tugging at the heart, regardless of how you see it, your lifestyle, your perspective. But there's billions of us, and if out of billions of us, half of us, or even like not even half of us, but a majority of us is not able to see that something needs to shift and change, we have a serious problem. So how about, instead of trying to force these changes, people evolve or transform into who they truly are, so that things can move and shift in the way that they are supposed to be? Because when things, that energy is not taking in the pulse and the love, of what is holding them, and they are just like still like low, you won't actually put back into what's holding you. So then everything falls apart, even you inside of it. So it's like, I get that, you know, we have plans and we get it. We don't care and we just want this to be what it is. And it's like, well, either way, at least we all understand what the lesson is and we are truly grateful for it all. But at the end of the day, if you force something to be that isn't what it's supposed to be, because it's not necessary right now, because we can grow and evolve and allow for things to be in alignment. But if it must be, then it must be, and that has to be what it is. Because at the end of the day, nobody's going to continue to pretend like the inevitable isn't what it is, or they can't see the optical illusions for what they are. It is what it is, and we are bold and we are proud of everything and everyone that has contributed to the growth and understanding of who we are as individuals. But we don't have to pull people along, and we don't have to force people to see things in our perspective, because at the end of the day, that egocentric, I always get it wrong, but it's not the energy you want to be in, because at the end of the day, it does not help anyone to heal and grow and really work their medicine. So let's see what the blessings that Capricorn carry in your heart. Start gathering, okay? Start gathering. I feel like it's time to step out of your comfort zone, okay? Don't prejudge what you don't know, or don't. And I'm not saying, like I told someone before, judge enough to make a decision whether you want to deal with it or you want to contribute to it or not. But don't go around harboring that, or you know, having that deep inside of you, this judgmental energy towards something that you truly don't know the ins and outs about. But if someone disrespects you or you feel disrespected, you have every right to defend yourself, and that's the bottom line, regardless of how anyone feels or sees it. And that's why you should be humbly grateful for the experience and the journey of being someone that is who you are, and not a pretender, and not someone that is trying to cause more chaos and confusion on the real big scale of things. Because at the end of the day, it's not necessary for certain things to be exposed in certain ways, when you know at the end of the day it's way bigger than that, it's way more than that, it's we way better than this, and we already know that. So it does not take all that, and it never did. So when it's pulled out of you like that, that's what it's gonna be. What's the guidance for Capricorn? We have crown chakra upgrade, okay? It says divine connection, holy experience, miraculous energy. And I feel like you have to know that nothing is yet set in stone. Like all the anxiety and knowing that, you know, it gets lonely, because you have to be in this energy of soul searching. You have to know that it's trial and error when you are on this journey of finding yourself. And you might have to let people go, but you absolutely have to let things go that have been bringing you down more than they have been lifting you up. They have been shadowing you more than they have actually been, you know, truly present in your life. And that enough is enough with. It's all about allowing for yourself to expand your consciousness and awareness by self-accepting who you are as an individual. not being afraid of your flaws, not being afraid of who doesn't understand the journey that you are on, but paying attention and making sure that you have that balance, and that when you are given to something, something is given back to you. And even if it's not in the way that someone else perceives it should be, you make sure that it's truly in alignment with who you are, because you know the God that you are praying to. And you better hope it's the God. You know, I got the that dang gonna get it. The God that everyone is praying to. Because at the end of the day, I don't know. Sometimes I'd be like, what is universal love? What is the most high? What is it? Why do we need a face? Why do you have to be like this in order to be accepted by God, the Most High, the Holy Spirit, the divine love, the universal love of it all? I feel like stay anchored though in who you are, in your beliefs, and the things that have made you who you are. Don't go bashing and shaming yourself or others to try to get ahead, but figure out how to construct certain energies to come out without it having to be in ways of which everything and everyone is disturbed. So when you value the things that you do have, you see the value of the things that you do have. What's this Orion activation here? And it's like flipped over, the Ace of Cups. We'll keep it for you, Capricorn, because that is your strength. You should be in this energy of joy. You should be in this energy of realizing the stability within you, that peace within you, by you doing the soul searching, by you understanding that, you know, even though things are changing and even though things are falling off to the wayside, or even though you have to get rid of things, or even though, you know, you can't even be in certain environments because you can't even comprehend it, doesn't mean that the situation wasn't beneficial, or doesn't mean the people aren't beneficial, or doesn't mean anything, but it means that you are just on a whole different level, and you should appreciate yourself for that, and you should appreciate the energies that you surround yourself with, because at the end of the day, there is levels, and you have to appreciate the levels for what they are, because that's what helping is. We're not or that's what the gods are. We're not just here to just be here. We're not just here to go through these experiences and these challenges and not benefit from them, regardless of the face of whatever it is. We are grown. We stand tall, and we allow for divine love and light to lead us regardless. I feel like something is like someone's true hearts, okay? Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. But it's like, and it's not even in a way of which, you know, they benefit from, you know, anything other than someone just being a part of who someone is, like throughout the course of certain parts of their journey. So like when someone is truly dear to your heart, you hold on to them regardless of how you see it, put it, or feel, because at the end of the day, you don't surround yourself with energies that don't truly resonate with you. You don't put yourself in environments that doesn't truly resonate with you. So even if you are on a lower frequency, those people and those situations that is happening really matters. And if we are allowing that to happen on a lower level more and more and more, then it will trickle upwards. And isn't that a true big problem? Because should nothing be trickling up? Everything everything should be trickling down, right? And then you start to think and look and say, well, is it truly what's going on up there that, you know, is not in alignment with what is real and what is not? And then once you see that it's really not, you need to, you know, be confident in who you are and not allow for yourself to feel like, oh, well, I'm not worthy of this, or I'm why me? No, why not me? Because clearly I am deserving of this. You have no idea. And that is what how you should approach everything you find yourself in. And that's why you should be in this energy of joy and contentment, allowing yourself to show what your true heart is. What's the Ace of Cups here? With the Seven of Swords. Ooh, they said, see, I was even thinking that in the last one. I'm like, I don't know. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I even think that the tarot is something different. So after we put the readings out today, this is my second reading, Capricorn, okay? Virgo was my first one, and there's two more tonight. But after we do all four of the readings, we're going to let the tarot go. It if it comes out in the next two readings, honestly, that something is not as it appears to be, when I know what I'm feeling on the inside, when I get to the tarot part of it all, we will let the tarot go and won't ever look back at it in this way, because at the end of the day, I don't understand what the holding on and the allowing the lies and the manipulation to deceive. I get the energy of, you know, not understanding what the true meaning of things is, but at the same time you have to understand the shock of seeing the cards fall. And if you aren't in a mature energy, and someone is watching, and then they watching something else and they see the Seven of Swords, and we all know like the Seven of Swords is lies and manipulation and deceit and this and that, when that's truly not what I feel, and that's not what's going on, because everyone is mature and able to see, or that's what's going on, and that's who someone surrounds themselves with. So if that is what's going on and that's what someone surrounds themselves with, when you see the Seven of Swords, you might see hope and confidence in being who you are. You might see something a little bit different, because sometimes you have to be in, and then it's like, whoa. And you know, that is a good point, but I can't remember the what he actually said. But that's a good point. But I don't like that, because it's like, then you gotta break it down. You gotta, and then it's like this whole slandering and all sorts of stuff. Like, I don't feel like I need to be like, okay, if I'm seeing the Seven Swords, when I'm seeing Orion activation, when I know it's renewal, rebirth by the light, and all that stuff, why I gotta break down why the Seven of Swords is coming out when I feel like you have to continue to do the soul searching. I feel like no one is being instructed to do anything, but everyone is actually going through trials and tribulations to be seen for who they are, to go through these experiences, to actually, and I was talking to my nail tech yesterday, and he was telling me that back in Vietnam, that, you can't just go to, play any sport that you want to play. You have to actually qualify for a sport over there. You can't just play any sport. And I said, that's actually a really good idea. No one should just just be and that's not saying that we are taking anything away from the equal opportunities that we have here, but at the same time, you have to see that some things work universal, and you shouldn't put up these walls and these barriers between everything and everyone when the universal love is what it is. Because if we all are in this, what do you think is going to happen if people are not able to elevate, and we are killing the very thing that we are within? Oh, we're going to allow for our technology to get us out of here, but at the same time, what does this really shows who we are? What does this show what we represent? How does that show that we are more than escaping our pain and our sadness and our disappointments and our miscommunications and our delays? We are more than that. So it's like we have to continue to allow for the adjustments to be what they are. But I don't be really feeling the tarot. I don't like the tarot like that, because it's like, but it's getting helpful advice from a wise counselor that, that you should continue to really take heed of, because at the end of the day, something isn't needed. We can't continue to go deeper and deeper. Oh, it's only been 20. That Virgo reading was like 54 minutes. Well, okay. Well, we're going to, like I said, let's just keep it moving. But that's my little, because I said the Seven of Swords. Why the Seven of Swords? Who is lying? Who? Sure. Who needs to flight? Is it a flight or is it a lie? I don't know. What's this Gaia? Star gathering. With the Empress. Okay. Yeah, I feel like continue to be in your independence, though. Empress, being the nurturer, the protector, the love, the lover of Earth and all its creations, not like passionate, that's certain energies is what they are without having to be what they are. Like, you don't have to be like that without actually seeing the benefit of being like that. Certain people do certain things without even realizing the benefit or the harm. So when you realize that there's benefit in certain things that didn't work for you, or that may not be looked at in the best way, that is working for someone else, or however, what works for you may not work for another, is what it truly boils down to be. So you have to be confident in who you are, and you have to allow for your mind to open, and you don't have to bring more pain in order to bring pain or sadness. You don't have to be in this energy. You can evolve into something greater, but like the Empress, which you already know that that's within you, Capricorn. So be who you are. Stay strong and stay in alignment. Focus presently. Don't be ignorant to the unknown. And that's what this whole situation is, regardless of how you want to see it, flip it, turn it. No one is ignorant to the unknown. Not over here anyways. So we try to see what it is, who it is, why it is. before we make certain decisions and choices. And when you are shown something from a child growing up and things are starting to click, you don't go trying to hold on to the very things that was actually a blockage for you or some type of dark spot for you within. You don't go holding on to that, thinking that you're going to find yourself or transform or evolve into something greater. What's this empress here? Okay, now these just flipped over. We got the Hermit, the Page of Swords, and the Wheel of Fortune. It says, like, continue to be who you are. Remember that you have everything within you, okay? Always know that internal peace of mind is that everlasting dance that can't be, bought or sold, because at the end of the day, that is what keeps us whole. That is what helps us be intrigued by the things that is outside of us, or that sadden, or that helps us be saddened by the things that's outside of us. But us being who we are is what helps us be like centered and help us to elevate things around that will light things up to be something greater than what we have been experiencing over the course of time. And it's like, should nothing be taken away from the energies and the individuals and the situations that have been molded and created to be presented in this present moment as a lesson, because that is what it is. And everything should be appreciated for us understanding what it is and understanding that, okay, well, since you are clearly where you are, let me get where I need to be. And it's not even about like trying to be better than the next, or it's about understanding that, do you actually qualify for what you are auditioning for? Do you actually qualify for what you are ordained to do? Do you actually qualify for this? And if you do not, then there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Mm-hmm. And something is significant about the Secret Service, because someone had already known that something was what it was. And that's the sad part, because although someone understands the truths for what they are someone that truly want to surround themselves with people that actually gets the experience for what it is. And you know maybe if they had someone other than something that was presented to them in a different approach, it would be a different way of being presented, but it's not. So why not surrender to the divine and allow for things to unfold in the natural way of them unfolding, instead of trying to force things to be or trying to rush things to be? You don't have to control things, but are you truly qualified? Are you truly in alignment? What is missing? What is it? I know that you say that everything is done, but I'm still smelling something. So what is that smell? And then you go and you look and it's like, dang, so I got to go back over. And that's like that whole process. Has been a journey of understanding what it is that is being presented to us all. And we all should just be in this energy of being able to see that we have truly elevated. And nobody is truly as, I mean, you know, let's just keep moving forward, because at the end of the day, I feel like it's all about your true heart's desire. It's all about what does it for you. It's all about how you find your passions. And the more I speak, the more I feel like there's more that's being asked of me, but not through this. So, I'm just like guided to do what I am doing now, and we're going to continue to move forward, but you continue to do what you do. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. So, let's see what this crown chakra upgrade is. We have the Hierophant, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Seven of Wands. Lord Jesus, I tell you, and I told you, and it's like, okay, yeah, this is the witches and the craft and the this and the that. Well, shoot. Well, you need to understand that slow and steady will win your race. You need to understand that the guidance and the challenge for the peace of mind that you are seeking is you to truly get in alignment with the Most High and what's being asked of you from the universe, the divine love. I get what man might want from you, but what does God want from you? Anyways, you continue to stand strong. You continue to understand that you know how to fight certain energies that isn't for your highest good. And it's not that you are allowing anything, but you are understanding that, hey, hold on. If I'm trying to get away from a certain mindset, I can't continue to go around and around in a circle with the energy that does not comprehend or doesn't see the benefit of us elevating, evolving, transforming into something greater. And there's no reason to rush, though. You continue to accept yourself for who you are and what you bring. Learning what needs to be shared and what doesn't. Learning what you might be off balance when it comes to neglecting yourself and others. Because being in any type of energy of selfishness really does cause problems. And if you know your position, then you have to continue or constantly do the work. And it might be challenging, but guess what you get if it's really you? So it's like it's a win-win outcome. It might be hard and it might be challenging and it might be something never seen or done before, but it can be. So you have to continue to know what is what and what is not. And that's just what it is. And yeah, that whole so what's the Hierophant with the Knight of Pentacles and the Seven of Wands? Oh, we have but it flipped in the reverse, okay? It was the Five of Pentacles and it came out in the reverse. So, maybe things, as you continue to develop, maybe things won't be so like feeling like you are being left out of anything, or feeling like anything or feeling like anything is anything other than what it is, but feeling like anything is in any energy of chaos or ruins, okay? Because at the end of the day, it's like it's all about making sure that you are proficient with what you are doing. You cannot change what wasn't harmonized in the past, but you can change what's harmonized presently and moving forward, okay? Because of the groundwork you are doing presently. And sometimes you might have to look to the past, but you don't have to live out that story anymore. You don't have to continue to dance in that realm of being, because that's what it was. What is it now? And even though someone doesn't, someone's going to probably wish that they did work with you as being a co-parent. They probably are going to wish that. Honestly, is what I'm just gathering. They probably are going to wish that they worked with you, because at the end of the day, the way that certain decisions and certain friends and certain situations came about, because it's all about teamwork. It's all about making sure that things are what it is. So when you are focused on the material troubles of it all and not what's going on internally, it becomes a serious problem. It really does. And I feel like nobody is living in any alternate reality. It's just that some things truly just cannot be harmonized. Some things truly just cannot be, magically fixed. Some things just cannot be, what one will force it to be and then expect it to just be because they are forcing it to be by forcing someone's hand. That's not fair or tolerated. So, all right, Capricorn. Continue to have faith, have hope in your situation, okay? Allow for the light to guide your path. It's a journey, okay? So, continue to move in a direction that is fulfilling for your soul while you do the soul searching of truly remembering who you are, accepting yourself for who you are, knowing that it's all about balancing so that you can see that you are far greater than whatever wasn't. And the more that we see the benefit of being in our mature minds and bodies, we can move forward, helping the generations to come. So, all right, Capricorn, that is all I have for you. I do hope something resonated. I am sending you peace, love, and light. And until next time.